The Washington Nationals are way closer to competing than you think, and it's very weird to think about that because we are just 3 years removed from their huge fire sale at the 2021 deadline, along with 2 years removed from the Juan Soto trade, which we are going to be talking about a lot in this video. The first thing I want to look at is what players are expandable for the Nats right now to bring in some more young players. So the first is the 30-year-old outfielder Jesse Winker, who I expect to be a coveted item at the deadline, as so far this year he has a 135 WRC+ and has some good underlying numbers, which means he isn't expected to regress much, if at all, so he should be able to bring in a big package. Another outfielder is Lane Thomas, who I think National fans like, but he really has dropped in production this year, only posting a 99 WRC+ and a .5 fWAR, and with all these outfielders coming in, I would test his market, maybe not sell him now and maybe wait till the offseason, but just test the waters on him and see what you could get. And the final batter would be Joey Gallo, who's hurt right now, but just see if someone will take him. No one probably will, so just throw him out there, or you can just DFA him. And now to some of the pitchers I would be trading this season, and we're going to start with Kyle Finnegan. Well, I was surprised to see he's 32 years old. I thought he was like 28 or something. But anyways, he's got a 2.17 ERA, which is really good, but with a FIP at 4.13, I am deathly scared that if you don't cash in on his value now, you're going to miss it. So I'd move this guy immediately if I was in the management department, as he's got that good ERA with 2 more years of control, so he should bring in a decent package. Staying in the bullpen, I would see the market for Derek Law as well, as he's been alright with a 3.35 ERA and a 3.67 FIP, so could get a decent amount for him as well. And the best piece to move for the Nationals for me is Dylan Floro, who would be able to bring someone good back in for him because he has a 2.06 ERA and a 2.32 FIP and a 50% ground ball rate, and a contending team would just love to have him. Another person contenders would love to have is Trevor Williams, another 32-year-old righty who has a 2.2 ERA and a 2.81 FIP and could bring in some good value as well. And the last arm to just throw out into the market and see if they have any value is Jacob Barnes, another righty with a 3.74 ERA and a 4.47 FIP, so you could get something back for him. But that is all the trades I would like to see the Nationals send out this deadline. Now, what would I look to bring back in these deals? Well, since I'm absolutely shelling your bullpen, I would look for pitching in just about every trade if you could, because outside of Cade Savali, who's going to be a starter for them after Patrick Corbin finally gets the fuck out of there, they only have one other pitcher in their top 10, which is Harlan Susani from the Juan Soto deal, who I see panning out as a reliever with his 70 grade fastball and his big strikeout numbers. And then they do have DJ Hers, who I see could make a transition to the pen when he comes back to the big leagues because of this stacked rotation that they have. So you do have some guys I could see, but of course you never know with prospects, so couldn't hurt to bring in some more. And finally, I've talked about all this shit, so let's look at the roster as of now and how bright it is. First, let's talk about their new all-star shortstop CJ Abrams, who is fucking amazing. A 137 WRC+, 850 OPS, 2.2 fWAR. What more could you ask for him in what looks to be a franchise cornerstone at such a young age? And here comes a recurring theme. He came over in the Juan Soto deal. The next piece you have to bring up is their #1 prospect and the #1 prospect in all of baseball, James Wood, who's been very good in his first 8 games, a 138 WRC+, and has an 80 power tool, and looks to be another piece of this team that's going to be insane down the stretch, and once again, came from that Juan Soto deal. Another guy I'm very intrigued and I actually like is Luis Garcia Jr., who has a 108 WRC+ and a 1.5 fWAR this year, and has seen a steady increase the past 3 seasons, and could see him being the answer at second, since there's no one behind him in the farm, so I really find him to be a nice piece as well at only 24 years old. And everyone else I either haven't cared enough to look into, or you're not good enough, just like Keibert Ruiz, the 25-year-old catcher who I think isn't going to be the catcher of the future for this team, and I want to see the team explore other options. But that's enough of the batters. Let's look into the good part of this team, which is the pitching, because this pitching is going to be good. Starting off with Jake Irvin, who looks to be the future ace of this team at 27 years old, as he has broken out, posting a 2.8 ERA and a 3.38 FIP, and has one of the best 1-2 pitch combos in baseball with his fastball and curveball. His curveball ranks 5th among starters with a 6 run value, and with that fastball that's also a net positive, I think you're looking at a potential ace. Moving to someone who's going to be right behind him is Mitchell Parker, who's going to be a good depth pitcher for this team in the middle of that rotation, as he limits walks with the best of them, with only a 5.1% walk rate, with another excellent curveball ranking in the top 10 at a 5 run value, and all he really needs to do is solve his fastball location, as he throws it for a strike, but far too often it's down the middle of the plate. And when you can get that curveball down in the zone, you don't need your fastball to be sitting in the middle of the plate. But he is still very young, and if he figures that out, he could be better than he already is, as so far he's posted a 3.44 ERA in his first 91 big league innings. And finally, the pitcher who I think is going to be number 2 right behind Jake Irvin is going to be Mackenzie Gore. Once again, a former Padres player who came from the Juan Soto trade. As right now, through 94 innings this year, he sits at a 3.83 ERA and a 3.06 FIP, meaning he is expected to get even better behind his excellent fastball that produces great whiff rate and gives him above average numbers in K rate, hard hit rate, and barrel rate that he keeps high in the zone and then drops his curveball down on you to strike you out, and is bound to be a strikeout artist for years to come. And to finish the video, you look at the farm and you see all the talent that is going to be coming up soon, with Dylan Cruz, Brady House, Yohandy Morales, Elijah Green, and many more, all coming up in the next 2 seasons. And with a record sitting at 42 and 49 already is pretty exceptional to me. And that's why I'm very excited to see the future of this baseball team, as I think we could be looking at a future contender here in the near future. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.